Hey guys, guess what? It's Angel. You're watching my latest video. Today I'm actually doing this from my car because I have like 10 minutes before I need to go pick up my friend, and I wanted to make this video. I feel like I'm ready to talk about this, and I sort of like alluded to like a health update in my last video. So and I feel weird, like, I don't know if I feel like I shouldn't be embarrassed about it. Not embarrassed, just I didn't want to draw attention to myself as far as like people that know me, and people that I see on a weekly basis that just people that I see anyway. Like the people that I'm really close to know this already, but anyway, okay, let me just get into it. So a year ago in August, I went in for a routine mammogram, and I didn't even think it had been a year since I had had a mammogram, but I kept getting letters in the mail from my insurance company, because you know COVID like pushed everything back because they weren't really doing procedures. Not that a mammogram is a procedure, but anyway, it pushed like scheduling and stuff. Was really weird. So I kept getting letters, and I kept thinking, it hasn't even been a year. Like, COVID just messed me up as far as scheduling. So anyway, I was like, okay, fine, I'll call and get the appointment. Anyway, I go in, and come to find out it had been 2.5 years since my last mammogram. And in the 2 prior years to that, when I had had my last 2 mammograms, I had like unusual mammograms where they do a screening one, and if they see something on the screening one, then they do what's called a diagnostic, and then if they see something on that, then they do an ultrasound. So I had gone through all those processes. I had gone through that process in my last 2 ones, and so I fully expected to go through that for this mammogram in August. So I went in, did the screening mammogram, did the diagnostic, did the ultrasound, and sorry, just got a text. And when they were doing the ultrasound, they just kept looking and looking longer than normal. And the radiologist came in, and she was like, okay, well, we want to go ahead and do a biopsy on 2 places on your right side. And I was like, okay, you know, I'm not really freaking out. I'm like, okay, this is new, but whatever. And then she said, and on your left side, there are 2 spots that we want to biopsy. And then I was a little bit more concerned. I was like, okay. So they wanted to do what's called a stereotactic biopsy on my right side, and you can look up what that is. It's basically like an ultrasound guided biopsy. And then no, sorry, it's a, I don't know, it's a guided biopsy, but I'm not sure exactly how they do it. You can't move. They put you in the mammogram machine, you can't move, and then they find the spots and they biopsy those spots with a machine. I can't remember, guys. Anyway, you can look it up online. And then the other side was an ultrasound guided biopsy. So okay, I do those. The right side comes back with high-risk lesions, and so then they want to go in surgically and get more tissue. The left side, they say, okay, we see high-risk lesions, but we're going to monitor you. We want you to come back in 6 months. So then I come back in 6 months. They look at it again, and they say, we want to biopsy again in a couple places. So they do that. It comes back. They say, now we want to go in surgically, and we want to remove some more tissue. This is on my left side. They had already done this on my right side. In the meantime, I had done genetic testing, and it came back that I tested positive for BRCA2, or you might hear it called BRCA2 gene. And I do have a history of breast cancer in my family, as well as uterine cancer and colon cancer. So after I heard BRCA2 and I mentioned that to the radiologist, and they said, you know, that they had wanted to go in surgically on my left side now, I was like, wait, this is just too much. Like, you know, like at what point do we talk about prophylactic measures? And if you don't know what that is, it's basically like going in and removing basically your breasts. And you do it before cancer starts. And you hopefully nip it in the bud. And on my left side, so what I didn't say is what they found in the biopsy is called ADH, which is pre-cancer. It's called atypical ductal hyperplasia. So I opted for a double mastectomy, which is basically removing both of your breasts with immediate reconstruction. And yeah, that's in a nutshell what I did. So it's been a long process. I'm going through the reconstruction right now, and my final surgery, hopefully my final surgery, will be sometime around November or December of this year. So that's just a brief summary of what's been going on with me, and I wanted to just do a quick video about that. I want to talk a little bit more in depth as far as like emotional, sort of the toll that it's taken on me, and how I've been dealing with that, and how it's affected my bipolar, or how it's affected my bipolar. It's been quite a journey, and so I want to talk a little bit more about that. But that's it in a nutshell, guys. It's been a journey for sure, and it's not done. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that here for now. I'm gonna make another video probably later today when I have a little bit more time and I can go into it a little bit more. I'll post that later, but not much later. I'll get it up as soon as I can. So yeah, that's it. Okay, I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you have a great week, and until we talk again.